I just realized I forgot to put on my shirt again.
God damn it! I haven't set it out so I could wear it.
I was going to run and change between episodes, and I totally forgot. Welcome to Evilive, the live media commentary show that answers the question, what is your out-of-pocket for vampire medical services? Subscribe if you're new to the channel, because today we are reviewing FX Productions' What We Do in the Shadows, Season 5, Episode 6. I can't believe we're already 6 episodes in. Urgent Care.
Yeah, it does not feel like it. And talk about a very, very random fucking episode. Like, I love this. I love just how you get dropped right on your face into just bonkers shit.
Yeah.
So good.
So what were your initial thoughts other than put them down? Because they're probably just going to get sick anyway.
I mean, initial thoughts like, holy shit, Nadja is a fucking beast. I mean, we all know this, but man, she's like all about saving fucking Guillermo.
Loved that. Just when the doctor was like, I'm putting him down, she's like, no! just raging.
Yeah, just fucking rampages through the entire thing.
So
yeah.
good.
But I love too that doctor. He's got a cold. They're getting over it, but she's up there in age. She's almost 40, so we just had to put her down.
Or just the vampires talking amongst each other, like, well, it's just a fucking, we know they have a lifespan, so put them down. What are you gonna do? It's a dog.
Yeah.
It's a familiar.
Right.
All right, so this is directed by Yana Gorskaya. Again, she is killing it this season. Written by Sam Johnson and Chris Marcil. Premiered, of course, August 10th. This past, I think, Friday or something like that.
Yeah, it was at some point.
Wow. I mean, we had some... I don't know if there was, like, fleshed out B or C stories. There was definitely a B event happening between Laszlo and Gizmo. But... really, I think the frogs stole the show for me.
100%. I mean, that was the beginning of the fucking show. That was great.
It like fucking bookended it. Like, it was so hilarious.
Yeah.
Why do they have hair?
Well, because you're hairy, of course. Like, so matter of fact. It's like your blood gets transferred into a frog for an experiment, and it just, of course, instead of just becoming a vampire frog, it's a Guillermo vampire frog.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they just have a full head of hair? I mean, come on. But like he like throws him off the balcony. Ipso facto, Gizmo jump. Like, you can fly. And then he does that fucking levitation thing. The whole time I'm like, I saw him fall. Why isn't he falling? How can he possibly do this? And then, of course, the other person comes in and he drops down on his face.
Well, and I got to watch it again, because it's like, did he stay up because his foot was still on the edge, and it was once he moved his foot that's what made him drop? Or was it just the fact that he wasn't concentrating anymore and dropped?
Oh, like, I think it was fear of being caught. Like you're jerking off and someone walks in, you're like, no, I wasn't doing that. I mean, I don't know what that's like, but other people tell me.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
I think that's great. I thought it was hilarious that he just sort of ate shit on the ground and then his foot was fucked.
Yeah, that was crazy. I have seen breaks like that before, and that is some shit.
See, my wife did a famous stair spill where her pinky went 180 degrees, her pinky toe went 180 degrees in the wrong direction.
Oh, God.
Sticking out on the side. And instead of being a new... were we married at that point? I think we were boyfriend, girlfriend at that point. Instead of being a supportive, loving person, I just started laughing. Because it's hilarious looking. Like, it was just like, what the fuck?
I'm terrible. I'm the same fucking way. There was a time where Jana straight up ripped out jewelry from her nose. Like, she was playing with... Oh, okay, so you were married. Okay. That's good to know. And she still stuck around. That says something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Jana was playing with some fucking nose hair trimmers, and the backside of her jewelry got caught in it. So it actually ripped through this way.
Oh, no.
And there was so much blood. Like, it was so bad that we thought she actually, like, split her nostril.
Oh, my gosh.
And, of course, first instinct isn't like, oh, my God, are you okay? It's just fucking laughing so goddamn hard. Like, I'm a piece of shit for laughing as hard as I was.
You can't help it. If it's funny, it's funny. Humor is... Oh, hey, there she is. Day after she got pierced, or the same week.
No, it wasn't a day after. It was like a week or two afterwards.
In either case, comedy.
Yeah, it was. I mean, she's the one that threw me out of the car after I wrecked my bike and broke 3 bones in my foot. So it's kind of like we're even now.
Wow. Loving relationship this is. Jeez. All right. No judgments.
Yeah, no. I mean, we're still together.
Even when Shauna was like actively like in shock, vomiting of pain, I was still laughing. Like I can't. It was genuinely funny looking. I don't feel bad about it, but I want to feel bad about it. So is that the same thing?
We'll say it is. Okay. We'll say it is.
Okay.
The thought is there.
I'm a hero, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting to.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah, exactly. Some laugh at people in pain. So, of course, now that he's broke, he has to get fixed. No one gives a damn because Colin Robinson walks in with a shiner.
Yeah, and so that whole story arc is fucking hilarious, but I love the fact that we're getting like even more story to the mythology of a psychic vampire or an energy vampire, because we didn't know before this, like apparently if people find him interesting, it drains him. So it's like, that's fucking hilarious.
So that's interesting because I didn't interpret it that way.
He said it. Like it was
still like when I just actively in my head when I was watching, I was thinking he just can't feed, and so he's getting weaker and weaker. But I'm not disputing the fact you just watched it, so I mean you would know. That's amazing to me.
It's like it really brought it home at the end of the episode after Nandor gives some of his energy to bring Colin back, and he's like that. It's so great. Like
that was a very young Frankenstein moment right there.
Yeah, 100%.
The whole time I was watching, I was just like, "Oh, come on, people!" Like I don't mind because I think Young Frankenstein is one of the most amazing films ever out there.
Yeah,
but
it's one of the greatest movies ever made.
Fucking, first of all, just Gene Wilder alone, but Mel Brooks too, and the rest of the goddamn cast. It was just hilarious. But to see them do it in this, I was just like, this is great. This is amazing. I can't believe they're bringing back this callback. I wonder how many people watching this get that reference. Like that's in my head.
Yeah, I would imagine not many, because
I would hope. I don't know. Maybe like 60%. Maybe.
I think that. Well,
is that conservative? Is that?
No, I believe that, because this is kind of a niche show.
Yeah.
You got to be into this kind of shit. I don't know. I wonder. Did you people out there catch that reference? If you didn't...
Did you say the Jew people out there?
No, did you people? No, of course the Jews did. It's fucking Mel Brooks. Jesus Christ.
I like
he's basically the new Moses. Everybody knows that.
It's true. Some of his episodes feels like some of his movies feel like you're walking 40 miles or 40 years in the desert, for sure.
Yeah.
But he has some gems out there. And that was one of them. Just sort of reflecting now off the cuff, Young Frankenstein is the What We Do in the Shadows before What We Do in the Shadows was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very much, it's not a documentary, but it's very much the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I dig it. It's an homage. Colin Robinson telling the stories and everyone finding them fascinating was just gold. And fucking Gizmo just sitting there broke, crying out, trying to crawl, and everyone's just like, shut up, I want to hear more about this.
Right. And he starts like grabbing Colin Robinson. He's like, yeah, fuck you, come on.
It's so great. And then they basically force Nadja to take him to the hospital, and she ends up going to like some weird industrial looking places, and then ultimately to a hospital, then through a imaginary wall of a hospital or a vet, not even
fucking
a hospital.
Harry Potter.
It is very funny that it's because they're not people, they're familiars.
Mm-hmm.
They are very much pets. It makes logical sense they would go to a vet. Mm-hmm. But watching it is like, wait, what? Like you were human once. Why would you not take them to a hospital? But
right.
Yeah, like they see him as pets, so of course.
And then the scene where Nadia's going through and she comes across the guide. That was just
my gosh,
fucking funny.
His volunteer.
Yeah. I'm trying to give back. I'm taking care of the strays. This one doesn't have much longer. I have a family. Shut up.
And I didn't even know what she was giving him. Just some sort of like treat or something. Just like, eat your shit.
Probably raw chicken. Like a callback to
That's
season
what it was.
3.
Yes.
And
he was just throwing like fucking grocery store plates of chicken in his fucking cage. Oh, I forgot about that till you mentioned it. That is exactly what it felt like. That's great. Oh man.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah, it did. I think there was grill marks, but in either case, chicken. Of course, they're humans. They eat chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all we do. It seems like. Oh, it was so amazing. Poor chickens, by the way. You know, T-Rex. Right. They were at the top of the chain supposedly, or at least in our mythology of dinosaurs, and they turned into chickens through evolution and just for sort of fucking time and distance, and now we just consume them like nothing. I don't know, just desserts or
I was
injustice?
Gonna say it's nature balancing out.
Okay. I buy it, whatever, because it's.
I wish I could stick around long enough to see when they take back over.
Oh, that would be hilarious!
That would be so fucking good.
They have farms of us. Do you remember that dinosaurs series in the 80s or the early 90s? That's gonna be that. It's gonna be that.
I hope so.
They're just gonna eat us. First of all, that was a crazy fucking TV series.
Yeah, and it still holds up.
Totally really?
100 fucking.
I haven't seen it since
well,
I was a kid,
it's Henson's, man. Like it's pure magic, and the ending will fucking wreck you. I can't even tell you how many times I've watched that series start to finish.
Really?
And it's still the season or the series finale fucks me up.
Wow,
man.
As bad as Harry and the Hendersons, or not as bad?
No, not as bad.
Because that was pretty bad.
I don't know why, Bigfoot, big feet. Whatever. I don't know why that gets me more than the dinosaurs, but yeah, that's.
It was his face. It had to be his face. He had a great face. All right. Anyway, back to what we do in the shadows. Back to vampires. I love the back and forth between Nadja and the other dude just sitting there talking about the familiars, and her just being like, in her head, I can't leave him to die. Like, I have to bring him back to Nandor. It's his fucking familiar. And so ultimately, the doctor is just, every case, you got to kill him. Like, just put him down. I'm going to put him down. And then the blood work comes back. She thinks it's Van Helsing blood. And it turns out it's he said half vampire. Like, that's not the same thing as being a vampire and turning. Like, was he referencing that he's only turned halfway, or that?
I think that, because he did say he's still transitioning.
Yeah. That's a delicate word nowadays.
It's a very delicate.
But he still had his wiener, folks. That's what we're getting at.
Presumably.
That's
we didn't
true.
See.
That is true. I did not see his snake.
Maybe he'll become just like Baron Offenad, and it just falls off.
I bet he is definitely not circumcised. We're going
Baron
down this
Offenad?
road again. Gizmo.
Oh, Guillermo. Yeah, I don't know.
Latins? Do Latin cultures do that? I don't know. I feel like they have turtlenecks. I feel like he has a turtleneck. Okay, anyway.
We'll just assume
Jana would love it. Whatever it is, she would love it. That's what I'm getting at.
Absolutely.
So ultimately, if it turns out he has the blood and brings it up to her, and I love her reaction. Nandor's going to kill you, and he's going to kill us for not saying something.
Right. And then he's going to kill himself.
Well, I love just
it seems so over the top, but then you think about it, it's like, no, that seems apt.
Yeah. And I always love, it's very childish, but I always love seeing people drugged up and just their sort of like guard let down. Like, we had to take our son in for a procedure, and he went under anesthesia or some sort of like drug medicine. I'm a great dad, obviously. And he was just like swearing, just saying swear words and stuff while we were talking to him. And he was like a little kid, like 12 or 13 or something like that. Again, I'm clearly a great dad because I remember. But it was hilarious watching him just under the influence, just sort of off the cuff. And that's very much what Gizmo was in this particular case. And I just love seeing him. He was all strapped to the bed, sort of Frankenstein monster-like. It was great. Yeah, then slowly sinking into his chair. Yeah, oh shit. It was hilarious. It was a great fucking moment as a parent. But seeing Gizmo the same way, and then Nadja sort of like questioning him about it, and him like, I got a secret. I need to tell you.
So fucking good.
But the best part, I think, the highlight for me, and I'm assuming for you as well, was once the doctor comes in with the needle, and he's like, no, we got to put him down. I'm going to put him down. And she's like, no, you're not. And the fight ensues, and it's like the greatest fight ever. Like, she's whipping ass, and then he's very much, again, young Frankenstein, like Frankenstein's monster, ripping the fucking cuffs, like the restraints off and like getting himself free, still drugged to hell. And she gets the needle in her cheek.
Oh my God, that was so fucking funny. Face is all beat up. Did it get me? No, you're good.
She looked amazing. I was hoping for a scene when she gets back to the house and everyone sees her with that droop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same.
We didn't get him. What are you gonna do? All right. I actually did a fist pump in the air like a dude bro in this episode, which I did not anticipate happening, and I didn't even try to do it. It was a natural reaction to seeing the actor show up in this from Mad Men, and I can't find his name in this. When he hit,
I don't remember.
Ran over Colin Robinson's foot. That actor is in a lot of really great roles, and I absolutely love him from Mad Men. I'm a Mad Men fanatic. But seeing him playing himself and then trying to nail down the accent of Colin Robinson.
Oh, God, that was so fucking funny.
And all the people just doing the fucking stupid phone shit that we humans do.
Right? It's not even a joke. That's reality.
That's so fucking stupid. Someone could be bleeding to death, and all we would do is fucking this. Like, hey, look at my camera real quick as you're dying. Because
I don't even think it'd be that. In most cases, it'd be...
Oh, yes, turning it on themselves, this selfie.
Like, fuck, man, anytime I go to a concert, it just reminds me how stupid people are. Like, they got to get a picture of them away from the stage so they can get the band behind them. Like, oh, I'm enjoying this. It's like, who the fuck watches a concert that way, you asshole?
Yeah, no, I think we're the worst.
Yeah, we need we need a meteor or something, man.
I mean, objectively, I don't think we've ever been good as a species. Mm-hmm. You know, going through history, we've always done stupid shit and horrible shit. Yeah. But we're not getting better.
No.
That's
no,
for goddamn sure.
It's about time to end this train. Just, you know, let it go off into the sunset and let something else come about.
It does make me wonder, though, about these vampires. Because they don't evolve at all in this show. Mm-hmm. It's almost as if they degrade a little bit, in fact.
Yeah. Which... That's the arrogance of immortality.
Is it?
I think so. Okay. That would be my guess.
All right. I live forever. Why the fuck should I care? Mm-hmm. Or learn?
Yeah.
Or anything. Thing is, I would be the exact opposite. I'd be like, I live forever. I'm going to read every novel. Yeah. Every piece of historical fiction.
Absolutely.
Or nonfiction, I mean.
I would... Yeah, I'd be so fucking lame. That's literally what I'd do. I would go find the oldest library I could break into and just live there until I've read everything.
Mm-hmm. So, wait a second. So, Jay, you thought he had to have been another energy vampire. That's interesting because he did treat it that way. I wonder if all actors are just energy vampires. Because they're the same. They do the same thing.
I didn't think about that, and I could fucking see it.
Yeah, I'd buy that for $1.
That's funny as shit. That changes the whole... direction of this episode then, at least for me.
I'm looking for his name because I want to call him out because I love him so much, but I can't find him anywhere. Was he supposed to be an energy vampire or just a fucking narcissistic actor?
I mean, fuck, could be one and the same.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that is funny as shit.
And so ultimately everyone ends up back at the house. Then Nandor walks in and everyone's just like, oh shit, he finds out or something because he's like, what is it? And there's a frog just floating there.
Yeah. And
I love these frogs.
That shit happens like, what, he fucked a goat and then the goat fucked a frog. And then that is what happened that's his grandson ultimately.
John Slater, that's it.
It's like, that makes sense. Just like his whole idea of what the universe is.
Yeah.
I believe he believes that.
Yeah, that was weird. That was hilarious. I love his just ignorance to every situation. Mm-hmm. And the worst part is everyone's genuinely worried because he's a fucking warrior.
Yeah.
And he's really talented at hypnotizing. Like he's just a stupid badass. Mm-hmm. Like it just boggles my mind. I always imagine Nadja being smart enough to realize that if she wanted to, she could completely dominate that whole house. But she was placating the sort of male egos in the house. But this leads me to believe that she's not placating them. she's actually a little bit worried about them. Like almost afraid. Like, if I upset Nandor, he's going to fucking murder me and then himself. Mm-hmm. Like, we need to maintain this insane balance that we have in this household. Just for self-preservation, if nothing else. I don't know. I just never saw her that way before. She always, before this, to me, I sort of got the vibe that she was like, I don't give a fuck about any of you. I'm here with my husband, and we're just going to live our lives. Fuck everything. Mm-hmm. But no, there's genuine care here, especially with Gizmo, and I don't know if it was because of Gizmo or it was because of fear of repercussions of Nandor, but I don't know. What do you think? I mean, am I looking too deep here?
No, man. Honestly, I was wondering that myself. Like, it does kind of feel like it's a little A, a little B. Because like she was fucking getting him out of there,
and she cared. Like, she genuinely cared. At least, I can't tell. Damn it!
It seems like she did. Whether it's selfish or not, she cared enough to risk her immortality to get him out.
Yeah. I wonder if the guide has any knowledge now of it. Having, like, working there, she has to hear things. If she volunteers there, I wonder if she's gonna.
That's also assuming anybody lets her in on everything else, because she's definitely, fly on the wall type of person.
Yeah. I do, however, love the sort of historical painting they have of her with her boob being grabbed.
Yeah.
Best.
Yeah. I would hang that on my wall, definitely.
Oh, 100%.
It's classy.
It's classy. The guy's all.
I mean, that's come on. That's the face everybody gets on their face when that happens.
It's true. Like, it's true. It's like, oh, this is great.
Doesn't matter if it's the first time or the bazillionth time. That is still there.
Yeah, very, very true. All right. What was your favorite part of this episode?
Fucking probably Nadja just blasting through the place, fucking people up. Like, that first time she just screams and throws the dude through the wall, and just like that was good. That was good.
I loved seeing her fight for fucking Guillermo. I thought that was so beautiful, just grand. And she's a badass. Like, we have to just 100%. Acknowledge she's a goddamn badass. I think I want to say the John Slattery part with Colin Robinson and the accent, because I thought that was really, really funny.
It was hilarious.
But I think Nadja might edge it out in the end. Like,
it was just her... like, you take away all the humor from that, like just the fighting that she's doing, take it completely out of context. That's a fucking action scene.
And it's not just one person. She took on the hospital.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was so good. Did you have a least favorite part?
No.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is what it is. It's great. You can't. It's fucking pizza. You love it.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on this episode?
No. God, this was so funny. Like, I want to, as soon as I get off, go watch it again, even though I watched it like an hour ago. Yeah. Because of how funny this was.
So silly. All right, well, let me know, let Cameron know if you guys were watching this, what you thought. Did you pick up the Young Frankenstein connections? And if so, is Young Frankenstein the OG of What We Do in the Shadow? Let us know in the comments below. Of course, always remember that evil spelled backwards is live, so get your asses out there and be evil.
Also, fuck my old boots. God, I love Laszlo.
He's amazing. I feel like you could take any ounce of his dialogue from any episode and it would just be hilarious.